Hey, Gamex here. So I'm going to talk about the meta today, and this is probably the earliest I've ever seen a meta fully crystallize in a Madden game before. I think the closest one that matched, in my opinion, was 20, when it basically became the Blitz 7 and run the ball meta fairly early. But what we see here now, I'm talking about next gen. Current gen, I'm sorry, I just started to play you again. But next gen, and probably current gen too, to be fair. Gun bunch offset. And on defense, 3-3-5 wide. Whether you audible to it from 3-3-5 normal or just keep your regular outside backers there in 3-3-5 wide, that is right now the meta. And going down further past that, you'll see some other things. You'll see a little bit of New England's playbook with a slot offset, maybe a touch of spread. But really, if you're not in gun bunch, you're not playing this game on easy mode. And the one I'm going to show you right here is gun bunch offset. I'll get to gun bunch as we get down to the road, what people are doing there. And it's a lot of what I said, you know, off my feelings in the beta about what's really good. Double post itself, right there, gun bunch offset is a play you're going to see a ton. A lot of people will run a lot of things off of it. So we'll just do, we'll go against 3-3-5 wide, and we'll go against 3 Samuel blitz. So a lot of people, this is what you're going to go against a lot of times. Now, there's a lot of things you can do to this, right? A lot of people will drag a player. Now, I don't really use bunch very much because I enjoy like doing things off meta. But you can drag a few players. Basically the double drag is almost unguardable. Okay, like the running back route right here, you can't man it up. You can't do anything. You can just throw it between zones and get some positive yardage. And generally, that's guaranteed. The zones don't play very well. You can put even circle on that drag right there too, and it looks like the pass rush is coming home a little bit pretty good. But like the ability to rack the ball is very insane in this game. The defenders, especially the user, moves like poo, and it's hard to take care of. So you're gonna see double drags a lot, and if this doesn't work, like always, people can if you need to block an extra guy, tight end release routes you'll see occasionally. But like crossers right here, R1, I think he matched there, but ooh. Pass rush in practice mode is actually wild. Maybe I should have switched to a 3-5 wide, the meta defense. But sometimes you can oftentimes just like chuck square right there once you roll out. You know what I mean? Once I roll around him. Oh no, never mind. I didn't get outside. The pocket presence of this game, like, do you see? And I can show you this thing I tweeted right now. Basically, do you see how he's got an edge rusher right here? Do you see how he's got? Was that Van Ginkel? Who is this? Yeah, Van Ginkel right there off the edge against his tackle. Do you see how like I'm able to just like back up because he's just stuck right there, right? Like there's no disengaging. It doesn't matter. Pockets don't form. This game is terribly coded that way. I put out a tweet on this exact same subject. Go check out my Twitter account for that. But overall, this is terrible. You know it's not terrible? The coin sponsor.
Rock Bottom Coins is the #1 place to get your Madden 21 coins. If you make coins for my videos, sell them to Rock Bottom. If you're buying, use my code GUTBOX for 10% off.
So that said, like, you know, the running back route and drags is super powerful, and people won't always be running this route, always running this at all. There are definitely different things they run out of offset. Verts halfback, like Verts is crazy. Let me show you Verts. He's on a cover 3 right here. It's a one-play touchdown. You basically have to deep half every single time against bunch, right? Because it's a one-play touchdown because this game is coded so poorly. So like all you do is just streak Brown, and for some reason it gets above the deep third. It doesn't match. See how that happens? It just, you have to deep half that guy, or they just get a touchdown on you every time. You could man him up, user him, that kind of stuff, but deep half it. So then what happens when the defense deep halves that outside corner? You'll switch to like more like corner routes, which, you know, obviously people will put in custom audibles. You have like a deep corner there, and it's just basically open. It's crazy how good and how free, like smash return. You can see that cover. Let's do cover 3 buzz. Why not? Whoops. Keep using off. Look, sorry. I wanted to show you that. I hit the button a lot of times too quick. But this isn't exactly you won't see a lot of this one right there. But people go like flat route, corner route, and then, you know, in on the backside for it. So I just want to show you. Flat routes are always good. People just roll out and then throw it. And awful arm on the run, inaccurate. Okay, that's why I was so off. But people have like inside dead eye. That's glitched this year. But basically, it's very easy to get many yards here. Out the pocket. See how it's kind of matched there? And they're just down the sidelines. And it's just open. And that's with the deep third, right? That wasn't even a cover 2. So like the deep third didn't cover the deep guy or the guy on the sidelines right here. So let's take a look right here. So, like, do you see how, like, I could streak past this deep third? Like I just showed the previous example with Verts. And then it also doesn't cover this corner route. It's so weird how poorly the game plays at this spot. So, like, I don't have to do anything special. You can just instantly roll out. The pocket doesn't form. There's nothing there. And they're just locked into animations. They don't push up the field. It's very embarrassing what they've done in the pass rush this year. Even though practice mode pass rush is much better than Mutt, it's so easy to get outside of. And just take it. I could have taken off too there. So gun bunch. The blocking also seems to be weirdly good out of gun bunch. Much better. Like sending 5 at gun bunch and Mutt is basically the equivalent of sending 3 at like trips or something. You see a lot of trips, like god tier players switch out of it because it's just not that good this year versus this, and it's accurate. Like I'm trying to make trips work, trying to make some other things work, and it's just not that good. Speed dig's a solid play right behind me. I'm not gonna show off every single play and everything. Deep corner I talked about. Flood is great, especially against like man coverage if they end up going there. So you see flood a little bit, and just the spots of the field, like that tight end flat route is so powerful against zone generally. But like there he goes, flood. Just destroyed your man coverage. And you can do motion slants, you can do crossers. It's just so crazy how good it is. You could, like I said, verts. Verts is great. That also destroys man coverage. Man, like cover 3 right there, the same thing. The streak pushes it back, the verts get underneath. What I talked about was zones. You know, they along the sidelines don't play it very well. So overall, like yeah, this one right here. You can also go to this backside in against man coverage in that play. It's just you are absolutely at a huge disadvantage not in bunch right now, and it's sad. Bunch has been the meta basically every year except for 20, where it was just run, you know, dives, powers, stretches, specifically stretches in 20. But every year is a passing year. I don't know, man. It's to the point where it's like, are they just gonna remove this because it's so powerful? This is like I would say 90% of your games. I already went through that play. 90% of your games past like 3 or 4 wins in weekend league will be against bunch. Mesh post is insane. This is great in the end zone too. So like mesh post, god dang it. I want to show artwork, but it won't let me do it quick enough. Mesh post is crazy, right? The post pattern from Brown, you can motion him out. You know, you got the drags right there. You can hit early. Otherwise, you sit here and hit circle late. Wow, that was Brown moved really slow. I guess you don't have to don't motion Brown. That's all I'll say. Generally, how I like this done is put him on that square. So your first read here is the running back, right? This is how I'll set it up generally. First read's the running back out of the backfield. And wait for it, boom, easy completion. It's just a very good wheel route, and you'll see that a lot. It's great in the end zone too. I'll show you what it does there. So overall, gun bunch offset. I mean, gun bunch itself is run very similar to this. A lot of people will be in Seattle's playbook to run some gun bunch tight end. You will see gun bunch tight end with the tight end delay release route. There it is. So same thing, end zone, and then it just gets a super soft spot against every single coverage. Cover 2 is basically, you know, that vert hook there can play it. Man coverage against this in the end zone is the only way of shutting down that Dobbins route that I've really found to be a success. There it is. Otherwise, other routes happen. Circle's kind of the back of the end zone, but that's risky throw. But it is a touchdown if they tend to guard everything else. So there you go. Gun bunch on offense. I can go over to defense. Defense is a lot harder. The gun bunch is just freaking insane. Now let me show you playbooks. You know, yeah, let's switch to defense now, right? And how people are setting up defense. So flip sides. No, I want to do the controller select. Where is it this year? Options, controller select. There it is. All right, let's go to Dolphins defense. I think I just gotta. Oh. All right, and then just run it once, and then I think I'll get able to control it. All right, so now we're on defense. Reset the play. Wait, how do I not? Okay, weird. Choose new play. Generally, you hit L2 and press down on the thumbstick to make that work, and it didn't work there. Most of them, the meta is Mike Blitz 3. Sometimes you'll see a little Mike Blitz 0 with a user rush up the middle. Sometimes you will get a little bit of man coverage, or 3-San will blitz. They are matching principles in Mike Blitz 3 and 3-San will blitz, which means it's going to convert from zone to match coverage. A lot of times you'll cancel that by putting drops on the field, like What the heck? Why? Oh, you can't add coaching adjustments in practice mode. Oh, that's frustrating. Guys will go with like different things in the game. Different. I can't replace the ball, huh? Respot the ball. Weird. They'll have like flats or cloud flats at 5 or 10 and go from there. So gun bunch offsets and then you 3D5 wide. Sometimes if you want pressure getting home, hover this corner, this spot right here. Hard flats are nice. Like I said, you have to basically put him into a deep half to stop that one play touchdown out of bunch. You can see if your opponent's running it, but they will probably try at you at least once a game on that one play. So let's see how this plays. A lot of times you'll want to shoot the guy, but you see how I got off the edge? Do you see how I got off the edge insanely? Like, well, what's that play making? Oh, I hate how open that was. But do you see how the hover along with sending like kind of overload got Van Ginkel around? So that's kind of like the blitz that you'll see online often. And you'll see 3-5 wide out of most opponents, but Lamar can just outrun it and throw across his body across the field insanely accurately. This is Regs Lamar, by the way. And the pocket, like I talked about, the pocket doesn't set up at all. He doesn't force Lamar inside the pocket at all. Maybe if you're like a lot of people, you'll put contains on. Contains are really weird. It is very hard to put contains on the field right now. You got to basically spread your linebackers or linemen. Now I can put contains on the field. I can shoot those guys over. I could slant them towards that way. Slant them, but there we go. All right, let's see how this plays. Got picked up, kind of. But do you see how, you know, he scored a touchdown against me? That's this game. I want to show you how my contain stopped. Like, contain blitzes were a thing in previous Maddens, but right now, if like you want instant pressure, you can't do contains. If you don't want them getting outside your pocket. Do you see how it kind of like stopped? Because he got like the nano detected, right? I sent 6, and my contain kind of stopped before he ran into Lamar. I sent 6 because I hovered with my user first, and then just scored a touchdown. So, yeah, defense is frustrating. There's no such thing as great defense right now in this game. If you're playing against a good player, the best you can hope for is a stop and maybe a fumble to get a stop. But that's defense, right? That's defense. I can't say that I can't put zone drops on the field right now in practice mode, but good luck, right? If he runs a corner route, I better go cover it with Baker. If he runs something over the middle, I better cover it with Baker. Like what do I do, Matt? I can man them up. Can man them up this way and then try and cover any crosser. The problem is to cover a crosser, you're also leaving the corner route wide open. It's awful because they can escape out of the pocket. No pressure. It's not a good spot, boys. Floated over my head. Yeah, users are tough. I instantly ran to that spot and I still couldn't stop that. That's the meta. I mean, like, I'll show you Seahawks bunch right here on huddle.gg. If you guys want to go huddle.gg, that's really the meta. It's exactly what I said it was based off the beta. It really didn't change. They have gun bunch. What people use here is this bench pivot. Bench pivot corner route is very good. Which you can clear out. Flood, like I talked about. Mesh post. They got read option too if you want to run the ball. Verticals I talked about. Some of this X spot, Z spot, I mean, is very nice. Streak to clear out. Corner routes getting butt naked over there. Tight end hook has got like a speed out. You see occasionally. You don't see that one as much, I will say. But that's kind of Seahawks gun bunch. And why people like Seahawks gun bunch is because you got bunch tight end here too. And people will basically run the PA boot over, delay fade this guy, double the end, roll out, hit one of their crossers or their drag, and then if that fails, release them and then throw it up the middle of the field. If you don't have it man or basically it's open no matter what unless you have it manned up. And I think they fixed the man up problem or just user it. So inside switch with the running back out there. Yeah. That's the meta. Gun bunch tight end. I will say, to be fair, Patriots are there too. And you will see a little bit, and more than a little bit, a slot offset. A slot offset and specifically posts and level sail, along with the runs, of course. These two plays right here are basically impossible to stop. With a scrambling quarterback that can get out to the pocket, You can throw contains on Justin Fields, and he's still outrunning you. He's still getting around the edge. Danny Dimes is a lot of that way right now, too. So there you go. That's the meta. It's pretty bad. Clint did an awful job in this game. But that's it for the video. Hope you guys like. Please sub. We're going for 100K this year. Madden 22. I'm back to current gen, but that's my findings from next gen.